Have you ever labored on something and the results completely exceeded your expectation in the best possible way? This is not what happened here. This effect was so easy for me to do. I did not even follow the right steps and it turned out okay. So that's what we're doing today. I have seen this gemstone type effect across a few channels, but it wasn't until I saw it on Daniel Cooper's channel that I was inspired to try. So what I am starting off here with, I'm pouring into my mold. You can see it's kind of hard to see because the mold is clear and I'm just pouring in some clear resin. That's two-part epoxy resin, one part epoxy, one part hardener. So I mixed that well for a minute and a couple seconds. And if you watch my previous video, you will probably realize that I am repurposing this footage of the mixing. And the reason is because I was working on two projects that day. And this is the second one. So my job here is to partially fill the cavities in this mold, but I over poured in some of them. So I am just using this little toothpick to scoop out some of the resin from the molds that having too much, and I'm putting it into an empty cavity, and it's working out well. It's hard for you to see, but that I'm scooping it in. My camera angle is so bad, and I'm so sorry for that. But yeah, that's the task that I'm doing right now. I also poured some of the resin from the larger mixing cup into this smaller pour cup, and that made it a lot easier for me to pour. So after filling the or partially filling the cavities that I will be using for this project, I just allow it to cure for a few hours. And this is what it is looking like after a few hours. So as you see, I did not fill all of the cavities because this was my first time attempting this. So I did not want it could go anyway, and I didn't want to waste too much product in the process. The next step is to brush a light layer of iridescent powder over the cured resin. And for this, I'm just using this little brush set. This is a painting brush set that I got, and so it's what I have, so I'm using it. And I am just gently brushing a layer of powder over the resin. So that is what I'm doing. I'm taking my sweet time to do this part. This is the most laborious part of this whole exercise. So when I say it is easy to do, and I was very surprised that it was so easy and the results were so good, then believe me, this is a great project for beginners because it is easy to do and the results are the results are so good that it feels like it took a lot of effort to achieve it. So that's why I think it's a good project for beginners. All right, so I just continue to dust them with powder. I use four different powders for this one, four different mica powders, iridescent mica powders. And in the results you will see it. You can't even see which color I'm putting on this one now, but it's pink. But you can't even see it because of the nature of it and the camera angle as well and the lighting, but you're going to see it very soon. So I just continued to brush with mica powder. For some of the cavities, I literally had to put my finger to see if I had resin in that because the resin is so clear and the mold just makes it very hard for me to see which one of the cavities having resin. So last minute I decided to try some glitter in it to see how this piece will turn out with glitter instead of powder. This is a different day and I'm just getting to back these because it started to rain and it interrupted my whole day. So for the backing, I need more epoxy resin. So I'm using two-part resin and I will be using three different colors to see how each piece turned out. So I will be using white, brown, and black. I already know that black is a good backing color, and it's backing because the pieces are turned face down, so this part here will be the back of the piece. So now I will just pour at random the different backing colors for the different pieces. At this point, I was just hoping that they turn out well. Earlier, I mentioned that I did not follow all the steps. So the way Daniel did it is after brushing on the first layer of powder, he added UV resin, clear UV resin, cured that, brushed on another layer of powder and I think he used a different color. And in total, I think he did 3 layers, and there were 3 different powders, different colored powders. So they turned out beautifully. But it was just too much for me to do, especially since the project was already delayed. So I really just wanted to get it over with. So after pouring the backing, I left it to cure, and this is what we had the following day. And this is me unmolding it or demolding it, and that was the first piece. That's silver powder with brown backing, and I loved the effect. Now, yeah, it worked. It really did work. In looking at it, I was very happy seeing that it worked well. It worked out well. So I was excited now to do the rest. That one is pink with black backing, and yep, it does have that shine. I don't know how to describe it. It has that iridescent look where, depending on the angle that the piece is positioned at, I can see the color, and then at some angles I can't see it. So I think it's beautiful, and especially the blue powder. Yeah, the blue one is especially pretty. So this is what I did for all of them. So I'm going to just speed up this section so that we can see all of them, and then I will comment on the different pieces. Oh, this one is, as you can see, well, you can't see what color it is. And I don't even know what color it is right now looking at this back. But what I will say about the white pieces is that the colors were barely visible, but still very beautiful because it has the most subtle effect. And I think overall, I will do it again, and I will definitely do white backing again. I think it also had to do with the fact that I did not really have any opaque white pigment, because I was just using some pearl white mica powder, and I think it may have also been iridescent. I'm not even sure, but the white backing had the most gentle color, and I find it very elegant and stunning. So this is everything at the end of it all. These two pieces are blue, so one has black backing and the other one has white backing. That's the difference. And it's barely noticeable, the blue color on camera. I can see that just a little bit on camera depending on how the light hits it, but in to the naked eye, it the color is visible when it's positioned a certain way, and it looks very elegant to me, delicate and elegant. So I love it. I love the white backing. But if I'm going to be super super duper duper honest, then those blue ovals are my favorite. The greens, what the green with the white backing did look very beautiful. I don't know that I like the green with the black backing so much. It worked. It looked good. They all turned out well. And these are the glitters, the glitter, yeah, the glitter powder with the brown backing, and they look like stars to me. They look very beautiful, like a starry sky. So yeah, I think it turned out well, and I'm super happy about this. Thank you. Thank you so much for watching the video to this point. If you liked it, please like it, or even better yet, please subscribe to the channel, because we're really trying to get the channel to grow. All right, my name is Dell, and I hope you have a wonderful day as well as a restful night.